Have you ever had the feeling that something was just off about someone who seemed charming at first? That person who smiles easily, showers you with compliments, but somehow always leaves a trail of confusion behind? Yeah. Not everyone who comes across as nice is actually trustworthy. Sometimes, danger wears a smile and speaks the language of fake empathy, and that's where the real trouble begins. The scariest part? These people know exactly what they're doing. They're masters of manipulation, experts at controlling their environment, and they do it all without raising any red flags. They hide behind a mask of good intentions, playing with your emotions, your expectations, and even your self-esteem. But what if I told you that Stoic philosophy, yes, the one from ancient thinkers centuries ago, can help you recognize these toxic behaviors right now in today's modern world? Thinkers like Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius already warned us we must cultivate wisdom, strengthen our emotional independence, and practice self-awareness to avoid falling into emotional traps. In this video, you'll discover 5 revealing signs of a malicious person and how to protect yourself without losing who you are. Get ready to rethink some beliefs, open your eyes, and maybe even realize that a few friends might not be true friends after all. And stay tuned, we're going to talk about boundaries, integrity, subtle lies, manipulative behavior, and how to protect your emotional well-being without shutting yourself off from the world. Curious? Then take a deep breath and come with me. The journey starts now. Recognizing malicious people. Spotting someone with bad intentions isn't always straightforward. They often show up with irresistible charm, seeming kind, caring, and even a bit too good to be true. And most of the time they are. These people use charm as a disguise, a carefully crafted social mask designed to earn your trust and disarm your critical thinking. The worst part? You often only realize it after you're already emotionally involved. The key is in the details. They know exactly how to say the right things and even appear to have integrity, but only until they get what they want. Manipulation is their main weapon. They pretend to care, but every gesture is calculated to gain control. It's like emotional chess. They're always 3 moves ahead while you think you're just having a casual conversation. Their trick is simple: get close to you, then start shaping you. These types often test your boundaries early on. They make small invasions masked as concern, a just thinking about you message at 2 a.m. or I just want to protect you, paired with a subtle insult. Behind that fake empathy is a deep desire to dominate. If you're not paying attention, you get caught in their web and slowly lose your autonomy without even noticing. A classic example? That colleague who constantly praises your decisions, until the moment you make one without asking them first. Suddenly, the charm vanishes and out comes the guilt trip. I thought we were closer than that. This isn't about friendship, it's about possession. People like this confuse love with obedience, and they only stick around as long as they feel they have control. In this context, lying becomes a tool for emotional domination. So how do we protect ourselves? It starts with self-awareness. The more you know your values, the easier it is to spot when someone's words don't align with their actions. And when you feel that discomfort, trust it. Stoicism teaches us that wisdom lies in seeing reality as it is, not how we wish it were. Being cautious of people who shine too brightly isn't paranoia, it's wisdom. 5 revealing signs of a malicious person. Sign 1: surface-level charm and egocentrism. Malicious people often have a magnetic charm. They speak well, dress well, and know exactly how to make a good impression. But beneath the polish lies a bloated ego and an endless craving for attention. Everything revolves around them, and if you stop to think, they rarely show genuine interest in others. It's charm with hidden intentions. At this stage, the manipulation is subtle. They lure you in first, then seek to control. Sign 2: lack of empathy. Look closely, these people either can't or won't put themselves in others' shoes. They fake empathy when there's something to gain, but it vanishes the moment real compassion is needed. When you're hurting, they minimize your pain, change the subject, or make you feel small. That's not true connection, it's emotional neglect in disguise. A true lack of empathy is one of the clearest red flags. Sign 3: manipulative behavior, including gaslighting. This is where it gets heavier. Gaslighting, when someone distorts the truth to make you doubt your own memory or sanity. Heard phrases like "that never happened" or "you're overreacting." Classic gaslighting. It's a common tactic to erode your confidence and make you more dependent. Over time, you start apologizing for things you didn't even do. Slowly, your self-trust gets replaced by emotional dependence. Sign 4: controlling behavior, isolation, and domination. Their need for control grows over time. It starts with "I just want to spend more time with you," followed by subtle jabs at your friends. Before you know it, you're distanced from your support system. They want to dominate your choices, impose routines, and make everything revolve around them. Isolation becomes one of their favorite tools. And what do they call concern? In reality, it's just another word for possession. Sign 5: pathological lying. Lying is second nature to these people. They lie even when they don't have to, as if it were a compulsion. They create alternate versions of reality, switch narratives with ease, and when confronted, always have a new excuse ready. Over time, you find yourself justifying the unjustifiable. That's where self-awareness comes in. If your life starts to feel like a maze of contradictions, it's time to wake up. Applying Stoic philosophy. Stoicism isn't just an abstract theory, it's a practical tool for navigating human relationships with clarity and courage. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that the only thing under our control is how we respond, everything else is noise. When facing manipulative people, that distinction is vital. You can't control others, but you can control how you show up. And that's the first act of resistance. Epictetus emphasized the importance of rational perception, seeing the facts without getting swept up in emotion. When someone tries to control you or bend the truth, the Stoic doesn't react impulsively. They pause, think, and ask, does this make sense? That simple question is a gateway to wisdom. It helps you catch the inconsistencies between what's being said and what's being done, a common trait in liars and manipulators. Seneca taught us about moral discernment, knowing right from wrong, even when it's disguised. That's not easy when the person seems charismatic and kind. But the Stoic sharpens their perception, not just of others but of themselves, their fears, their blind spots. The more you understand yourself, the harder it is for sweet words and hidden agendas to manipulate you. Stoic practice also emphasizes integrity. It's not enough to spot toxic behavior, you must live in alignment with your values. True power lies in staying grounded while others try to pull you into chaos. If they lie, you stay honest. If they try to destabilize you, you anchor yourself in reason. That's self-mastery, not surrendering to someone else's control. And finally, Stoicism reminds us to cultivate inner freedom. When your peace is no longer in someone else's hands, you become emotionally bulletproof. That's not coldness, it's maturity. Stoicism isn't about disconnecting from life, but engaging with it wisely, investing your energy where it matters. And you know what frustrates manipulators most? Realizing you're not so easy to influence anymore. The power of setting boundaries. Setting boundaries is, above all, an act of self-respect. Many confuse it with coldness or arrogance, but it's actually what protects you from emotional invasion. When you say no with clarity, you're declaring that your autonomy isn't up for negotiation. And yes, manipulators will try to guilt-trip you precisely because they're losing the control they once held quietly. But boundaries require consistency. You can't say one thing today and give in tomorrow. Manipulative people push like they're testing a fence. If they find a weak spot, they'll barge in and say, "But you let me do it before, that's why your words and actions must align." Practice saying no with confidence. It's not just freeing, it's honestly kind of fun to see their surprised reaction. Saying no also takes courage, especially when the other person cloaks manipulation in empathy. "I thought you trusted me" is a classic guilt tactic. But remember, true empathy respects your space. Anyone trying to control you under the guise of love is practicing emotional domination. The line between care and control is thin. Stoicism helps you see it clearly. Setting boundaries is also an exercise in self-awareness. Ask yourself, am I agreeing to this out of choice or fear of disappointing someone? If the answer stings, something's off. When you respect yourself, you attract people who respect you too. And those who resent your boundaries, they're usually the ones who benefited from their absence. At the end of the day, boundaries aren't walls to keep the world out, they're filters to protect your peace. When you set them with empathy and strength, you build healthier, more honest relationships. And anyone who keeps crossing them isn't there for you, they're there for the power they thought they had over you. The good news? You don't have to play that game anymore. The path to self-knowledge and well-being. Spotting toxic patterns in others is important, but the real power comes from looking inward. Self-knowledge is the antidote to manipulation. When you know yourself deeply, you understand what you deserve, what you'll tolerate, and what you'll never accept again. Malicious people lose their power when faced with someone grounded in clarity. Creating healthy relationships starts with a decision: get out of autopilot and start paying attention. Notice who builds you up and who tears you down, who respects your boundaries and who's offended by them. Stoicism promotes this daily practice of observation. It's not paranoia, it's practical wisdom. If you want peace, you have to guard your energy even from those who claim to love you but constantly seek to control. Keeping your peace also means accepting that not everyone will like your choices, and that's okay. When you stop trying to please everyone and start living with integrity, you'll discover a freedom that doesn't depend on anyone's approval. That might frustrate those used to controlling you, but it draws in people who truly value your essence. Living by reason and virtue takes practice and sometimes letting go. Cutting ties with manipulative people may hurt at first, especially if the bond was deep. But staying trapped in cycles of lies and control hurts much more. Hey Race, a practical Stoic exercise: write down what you value about yourself and read it anytime someone tries to make you doubt your worth. It helps keep your focus on your truth. And finally, remember this: you're not alone on this journey. Choosing to live a life aligned with your principles is something many are striving for. When you strengthen your autonomy and practice real empathy, you inspire others to do the same. It's a quiet ripple of transformation. Even in a world full of people trying to mold you, there's a place inside you that no one can touch, and that is your greatest power. So how many of these behaviors have you noticed in someone close to you? Or better yet, how many times have you felt that something was wrong, but ignored the signs? The truth is, without self-awareness, we're vulnerable to the charm of manipulators, and we only realize the damage after our peace is gone. But now, with clear signs and the support of Stoic wisdom, you have the tools to change that. Now it's time to act. Ask yourself, where in your life do you need to reinforce your boundaries? Who are you still tolerating lies from out of fear of confrontation? And how much of your emotional freedom are you giving up just to keep the peace with people who don't respect your essence? These are uncomfortable questions, I know, but they're also the doorway to a wiser, more authentic life. Remember, malicious people lose power in the presence of someone self-aware. When you take a stand, you don't just protect yourself, you teach others that your mind and emotions belong to you, and only you. So before moving forward, ask yourself, will I keep repeating old patterns or take the first step toward a life with more clarity and freedom? If this resonated with you, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, and share this video with someone who needs to wake up to what's really going on. Here, we speak directly but with heart to help you see beyond appearances. And in the next videos, we'll keep going deeper, because self-awareness doesn't end. It only begins.